A warm greeting to everyone. My name is Alejandro Alonso Núñez, and I represent the Department of Systems Engineering at the Universidad Peruana de Ciencias Aplicadas, UPC, in Lima, Peru. Today, I have the honor of sharing this presentation together with my colleagues and co-authors, Fabricio, David Félix Barra Castañeda, and Ernesto Adolfo Carrera Salas. We would like to especially thank the Universidad Peruana de Ciencias Aplicadas for providing the academic support and resources to make this research possible. The work we present today is entitled Web Application Using Natural Language Processing to Integrate the Management of Legal Regulations in the Peruvian Mining Sector. It addresses a key challenge for the Peruvian mining industry, the complexity of managing and complying with an extensive regulatory framework, and how natural language processing can become an innovative tool to simplify this process. It is a privilege to share our findings at this international conference, and we hope that this presentation contributes to the global discussion on the application of artificial intelligence in regulatory contexts. So to better understand the relevance of our proposal, it is important to begin with the problem we are facing. Today, regulatory intensity is steadily increasing, especially in areas such as risk management, corporate governance, finance, and data-related sectors. This growing complexity increases the probability of regulatory non-compliance. In the case of Peru, in just the first quarter of 2024, 27 new mining-related regulations were issued. This represents a major challenge for companies, as manual compliance is often costly, time-consuming, and prone to errors. In response, our objective was to develop a web application based on natural language processing, using GPT-4 to classify, search, and analyze Peruvian mining regulations more efficiently. Several related works highlight the use of natural language processing in legal and regulatory context, such as chatbots based on GPT 3.5 for legal decision-making, conversational agents with query generations and memory buffers, and Vertex CNN models to assess compliance in BPMN processes. Other approaches include Derecha, which verify GDPR agreements with high precision, and also environmental systems designed to score and classify regulations. Together, these works demonstrate the potential of natural language processing for legal and regulatory contexts. However, they also reveal a gap in terms of integrating multiple regulations in a practical and accessible way, particularly in critical sectors such as mining. It is precisely in this gap that our proposal is positioned. Regulatory management in Peru faces serious challenges. As shown in this image, the official portal El Peruano is the platform where all legal regulations are published daily. From this portal, organizations can download documents in PDF format, which contain the full legal text along with any updates or changes. So the problem is that although official, this format is not practical for regulatory management. It requires manual reviewing of lengthy legal documents, identification of changes, and subsequent integrations into internal compliance processes. This makes the work repetitive, time-consuming, and increases the risk of overlooking important details. So we follow a 7-step method. First, we choose the development tools, selecting Angular for its modular design, and then define the system architecture and database. Next, we build the web application and integrated OpenAI's and natural language processing to process legal text. Finally, we validate the system with real datasets and conducted experiments to measure performance and efficiency. Overall, the workflow collects official regulations, transforms them into vector embeddings, classifies them automatically, and provides semantic search and natural language answers through a conversational agent. This slide presents the architecture of our systems, designed as a hybrid model that combines local server with AWS cloud services. The application is organized into 4 layers. Presentation layer, built with Angular and Node.js, which provides a fast and intuitive interface for users. The business logic layer, developed with Spring Boot, where the core rules and operations are executed. There's also the natural language processing layer where OpenAI GPT-4 is integrated to interpret and answer regulatory queries, and the data layer, which stores structured information in PostgreSQL and documents in Amazon S3 for scalability and security. In the development phase, we focus on two main elements, the interface and the conversational assistant. The interface organized regulation into coded blocks, and we also integrated a chatbot called Norm AI. This slide shows the main screen of the application. Once regulations are uploaded and processed by the systems, they appear organized into blocks showing their name, status, and assigned priority. That priority is color-coded, green, orange, or red, making it easy to spot which regulations deserve more attention. Additionally, the systems includes dynamic filters that allow users to sort regulations by criteria such as priority or status. Here we see how the conversational assistant works, which we name Norm AI. The user can type a question in natural language, the system processes the query, and thanks to natural language processing, provides a contextualized answer adapted to the Peruvian legal framework. And the system not only organizes and classifies regulations, but also generates visual reports that provide a clear overview of the regulatory environment. To validate our proposal, we used a dataset of 160 Peruvian regulations that were manually labeled by experts, providing a reliable benchmark for measuring system accuracy. The results were very positive. We achieved a precision of 91.2%, a recall of 93%, and an F1 score of 0.92. Showing a strong balance between accuracy and coverage in regulation classification. More importantly, we measured efficiency gains. Search time was reduced from approximately 30 seconds to 12 seconds per regulation, and analysis time was reduced from around 35 minutes of manual reviewing to just 5 minutes per document. Beyond the technical evaluation, we conducted a user experience test with legal and systems specialists. The results were very positive. Functionality score 4.33, usability 4.67, and performance, compatibility, and security reached the maximum score of 5. Users particularly valued the chatbot integration, which allowed them to make direct queries in natural language and receive clear answers without manually reviewing documents. In the discussion, we compare our proposal with related works. First, our solution achieved a higher F1 score than the GPT 3.5 based legal chatbot, which reached 81.67%. Our approach is also simpler and more direct than the conversational agent using query generation and buffer, which obtained 0.78 accuracy. In terms of metrics, our results are comparable to BERT XCNN with the advantage that our system maintains consistent performance even as the numbers of the documents increases. Of course, we recognize some limitations. Currently, the system only works with mining regulations in Peru, which restricts in its applicability to other contexts. Additionally, there is a direct dependency on the OpenAI API, which implies variable cost under the pay-as-you-go model. So in conclusion, our natural language process-based application improves both efficiency and accuracy in compliance management, achieving high performance and a strong user acceptance. By automating manual review, it reduces the workload of legal teams and saves valuable time. Looking ahead, we plan to expand its use beyond mining into sectors such as banking, health, and energy, adding features like automatic alerts for new regulations. Overall, this work shows how AI can transform compliance processes, not only simplifying tasks, but also fostering trust, transparency, and sustainability in key industries. Thank you very much.